Page 17, My Pony. At the top of the page, they talk about a new rhythm. Well, that's nice. We want to go over that. You get it in the piece. I see nothing really special about it. There's thousands and thousands of different rhythms, and I just take them as they come. I mean, you just figure them out. You count it out and whatever. That's okay. However, let's talk about this pony thing. It's 3 lines long, treble and bass clef, 4/4 time signature. I see quarter notes and a bunch of rests. So they're all quarter notes and rests. Okay. The staccatos and slurs, we do those later. Right now, I try and connect everything. Of course, you have to lift up for the rest. The hands are sort of playing together, but very little. So I'm going to take both hands together to shorten the video. Otherwise, you can try it one hand at a time first if you want. But the right hand starts here. And the left hand, when it plays, is here. So we're here. And we're not moving around till the end. So you don't need any other finger number until maybe the very last note when the left hand comes down. And actually, you don't even need that finger number because you can play that note with any finger you want. The 5th finger is handy because you're not moving very far. And generally, when we move around on piano, we don't want to move any farther than we need to. So 5th finger is good in that case, because if you use one of the other fingers, you got to move farther. I get those words mixed up, farther. Yeah. So I just play it first and count it. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then all together, you have a G, a B, and in here. These together. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then measure 5. 1, 2. Get the idea? You go through and play the notes and work it out. And then go back through it however long it takes. Doesn't matter. And work out the hesitations. Keep it slow, it's fine, but no hesitations. And once you can do that, and you can play it without looking at the keyboard until you get to the end where you have to move the left hand down, you can look for that. Then we add the articulation. This is a combination of legato and staccato, both. The dots are staccato, and I'm flexing at the wrist. I'm off here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. Now I'm going to play this connected. It's here. See, I lift up here when I play that note. Right there. I connect it. And then the last one's staccato. I come off of it. Again. 2, 3, 4. And on the second line, they don't give you anything. All right, let's talk about when you don't get anything. It gets back to interpreting the music. Our default, or the thing we do first, is to connect the notes. It's just what you do at first. And then, as you're getting into it and you know it and you start feeling the music, you experiment a little bit. Maybe you play some of them disconnected. I don't know. What's it feel like? It's another interpretation. There's nothing marked. I can do what I want. So you experiment. However, there is a note on performers say, go ahead and play that as connected as you can. And it's a nice contrast between the staccato and the connected. Generally in music, it sounds good and we like it, believe it or not, if there's some contrast in the music, where some of it is one way or maybe exciting, and another part is kind of easier going, and then and it changes. So the whole thing is not all the time or all the time. I mean, there's exceptions to that, but it's like today's music, there's very little contrast in it that I can hear. It's just, yeah. So, yeah, we got the staccatos for short. And then the second line, we're connecting it. Yeah, as contrast, because when we get the third line, we're back to the... It's part of interpreting the music. Mm-hmm. Then the dynamics, MF is mezzo forte. It's the only one they give you. Okay, whatever you think moderately loud is. I would suggest a measure 3. This, play it softly. This is melody. This is harmony. Keep it. We want to hear that. Don't play in the same, because this drowns out that. No, we don't want to. So you're playing sort of heavy on one side and light on the other again. Same thing in the last line. Now for the speed is happily. I assume that means a little quicker. Generally, we're not going to be slow about being happy. We're just happy. Huh? I don't have to go that fast. I could go slower. I don't have to be that happy. You decide. Remember the natural accents? 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. Feel the natural accents as you're going through this. Again, it's part of interpreting the music. Don't just get to work out the notes and the rhythms. Let's go on. You're missing out on most of what music is about. And that's the feeling. That's the interpretation. So try and feel something as you play this. Enjoy it. Let's play it together very slowly and check the notes and the rhythms. I'll give us 4 counts. 1, 2, ready, go. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, rest. And there's a duet for this at the bottom of the page. I'd like to play that. And you play what you just played, but I want to speed this up quite a bit to a little more happy or happier, whatever it is. I need you to go up an octave again. So just pretend the middle C goes up here, and instead of here, go up here. Play it up here. I'll give us 4 counts. 1, 2, ready, go.